All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Tuesday, March 12th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, we're recording pretty early, a little bit after 8 p.m. Central Time, so my game has not even started. I gave out Montana -5.5 against Portland State. I'm very excited to get off here and watch that entire game. I feel like the Grizzlies, they're just going to eat some Vikings throughout this game. It's going to be delicious.
Never had a Viking. I gave out Northern Kentucky on the money line going up against Milwaukee. That game's going to start in about 3 minutes, so we're going to hop off here, and I'm going to grind out a Northern Kentucky win, hopefully there for us. So let's go to the player props. Trey, have you start us off?
Hey, Northern Kentucky is a Norseman, so it's kind of the same thing as a Viking. But I'm going to be going with B.J. Freeman for my player props in that game, over 22.5 points versus Northern Kentucky. I have a lot of confidence he's just going to put the team on his back, and hopefully not so much that Bear loses his game, but I need him to score at least 23. Come on.
And I've got Graham EK to go over 20.5 points against San Francisco. I'm going to be up late tonight. It starts at 10:30 p.m. Central Time, so hopefully Graham EK can go over that number for us as well. Trey, let's go to the group play from yesterday. It has not started yet. We both gave out the Santa Clara and St. Mary's game. I took Santa Clara +9.5 and the under 134.5. Trey took only the under 134.5. That game does not start for a little bit as well, so hopefully we both win that one as well. Trey, let's go to the group play for tomorrow. ACC action, Miami, the Hurricanes going up against Boston College. Miami's laying the 1.5 here in the first round of their tournament, over under 148.5. I'll have you start.
Yeah, this game honestly still depends on Nigel Pack for me, and he's questionable for this game. I mean, he's a former K-State guy, and he's the heart and soul of this Miami team. This Miami team, what a massive, absolute massive fall from grace, a losing record to end the regular season 15-16 after making their magical March Madness runs over the past few seasons. And their team's not all that different. I mean, yeah, they lost Wong and a couple important players, but replaced them through the transfer portal and expected them to have a good season. Not so fast. And I'm going to have to fade them again. You know, Nigel Pack, he's questionable. It doesn't look like he's going to play with this number. If he was playing, Miami would be a lot more favorites in this game. So I'm going to take Boston College +1.5. I've backed them only once so far this year, and they did win me that game. I think it was back in November. So shout out the Eagles there. And I'm going to, back them again here. I have a lot of confidence. Quinten Post, he's a massive human being in the painted area, and he's just going to have a lot of fun. Yes, Noshad Omier is a great post presence as well, but I'm going to take the postmaster.
Yeah, I agree with you. Boston College should win this game pretty easily. I think Miami's given up a little bit. Miami, a couple years ago, they were really good and had that Final Four run, but this team just doesn't look the same. The defense isn't there this season. The offense isn't keeping up with some of these teams. I think Boston College can make a run here, so I like Quinten Post as well. I'm going to be talking about it a little bit. I am a little bit sad, though. Cleveland State, just all their dreams just died against Oakland, so they lost by 3 points. Just doesn't matter for this game, but I'm taking Boston College to win this game against Miami. We're both sweeping Boston College. Let's move on to our plays from Raw. Trey, have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about another ACC game. It's going to be this Georgia Tech going up against Notre Dame game. That's going to be a fun game to watch. It's the first round of the ACC tournament, but gosh dang, both these teams are so far below average. These two teams, they were dirt poor in conference play. Georgia Tech, they come in this game with a 14-17 record. They're also 15-16 ATS in the Yellow Jackets. They're 7-13 in conference play. And Notre Dame, they enter this game with a 12-19 record. They're 17-14 ATS. And the Fighting Irish, they are also 7-13 in conference play. But I got to be honest with you guys. I love this line so very much. I'm going to jump all over it. Give me Georgia Tech here, +1.5 here in this game. I love that Georgia Tech is underdogs here because I truly believe that they're the better team. Georgia Tech, they won 3 games in a row before their regular season finale against Virginia. So they're playing with a lot more confidence than Notre Dame, in my opinion, because Notre Dame, they lost their last 2 games of the regular season by an average score of 83-63. So losing by an average of 20 points per game, that is no bueno. And these two teams, they play at a very different style. Georgia Tech, they love to push the pace on you, while Notre Dame loves to play nice and slow. And I just don't think that Notre Dame has enough firepower in the chamber to keep up with Georgia Tech here in this game. Notre Dame, yes, they did win both of the regular season matchups, but like Bear likes to say, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. And Notre Dame, they did only win those 2 matchups by an average of 5 points per game. So I'm going to go with Bear's favorite trend of it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. I'm going to go with the better team, in my opinion, too. Give me Georgia Tech +1.5 against Notre Dame.
That's a great trend. I love that trend there. I like the play there as well. All right, for my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Big 12 matchup, the first round of these major conference tournaments. We're going to be looking at West Virginia going up against Cincinnati. And all of these games are going to be played in the great city of Kansas City, Missouri. This is a little bit tricky a matchup here because the home crowd is going to be in favor of Kansas, obviously. But I feel like West Virginia might travel well to this game for some reason. I'm going to picture the crowd being 50-50, and I'm going to take Cincinnati to blow out West Virginia. I'm going to lay the 8.5 points with Cincinnati. And West Virginia this season, they have a good team, and I just don't understand how they can't put any points up. They have some really good players and some really good transfer players as well. This team just hasn't clicked this season. They only have 9 wins on the season, coming in losers of 5 consecutive games. And their last game at Cincinnati before the tournament, they lost 92-56 to the exact same team here. My initial thought process watching that first game or their last game, it looked like West Virginia wasn't even trying in the second half because they knew they were going to play Cincinnati again. And maybe that was the case, but Cincinnati's a bubble team to make the NCAA tournament. They have very little chance to make it if they don't make a massive run in this Big 12 tournament. So I do think Cincinnati's going to put it on West Virginia in this game. Cincinnati, they play really great team defense, and defense doesn't even exist for West Virginia this season. So even if Cincinnati's struggling a little bit to score, they're going to have no problem getting to the rim and try to jumpstart that offense for them. I haven't seen anything out of West Virginia over the last 2 weeks of basketball that would tell me they're going to be competitive in this game. So I'm going to take Cincinnati minus 8.5. They are the more desperate team trying to keep their season alive and make the NCAA tournament. Give me Cincinnati minus 8.5 as the play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you started us off?
Are you nervous? I did see Huggy. Bob Huggins was in the crowd for their last game. Are you nervous? He's maybe trying to do some, Jedi guru magic.
I'd be nervous if Bob Huggins was the head coach. I'm not worried. I'm not worried with what they have now. I'm telling you, go look at the roster. They have a couple transfers. The kid from Arizona, he was really good last year. They've got guys who can score. Nothing's clicking right now for West Virginia, so I don't know what's wrong with them. Maybe it's the head coach. Maybe it's Huggins leaving, but right now, West Virginia's a really bad team. Cincinnati dominated them. They're going to dominate them again. I'm not worried at all.
Well, bring back Huggy Bear, but
I love Huggy Bear.
I'm going to go with the props now, and I'm very excited to talk about my prop. It's going to be in the Big 12 as well. I'm going to go with Javon Small to go under 15.5 points versus UCF. I love undies, and I really love this under for Small in this game because, in my opinion, we're going to see him struggle throughout this one. That is because of his matchup here versus the Golden Knights. UCF, they have one of the best defenses in the country. And in fact, it's the 12th best defense according to the KenPom. And these two teams, they've only played once this year. And Small, he played 29 minutes in that game and only scored 13 points while shooting 57% from the field. And I truly feel like that's his ceiling in this game versus UCF. And because the Golden Knights, they just slowed down the pace so much, force you into very minimal shots. And the shots that you do shoot are all tough ones. And I expect Small to shoot sub 40% in this game because he comes in this season shooting 44%. Going up against this UCF defense, he's going to shoot sub 40, and the volume's not going to be there either to get him to the over. So I'm going to go with Javon Small to go under 15.5 points versus UCF.
Yeah, Trey, I like to play it there for you. For my player prop today, it's going to be Quinten Post of Boston College to go over total points going up against Miami. This was a battle for me in this game to pick Post or Amir because they're both very impactful players for their team, and they're going head-to-head in this matchup. I was looking at the numbers, and it looks like Quinten Post has Amir's number this season because he's dominated Miami in the last 2 games. Both teams play through their big man. I'd say Boston College probably does it a little bit more than Miami. But Post in the last game against Miami just 6 days ago, he had 19 points, 9 rebounds. He shot 57.1% from the field. In the first matchup back in February, he scored 23 points. He shot 7 of 13 from the field. And in both games, Post made 3 shots from behind the arc. This is the type of center everybody has been turning into. He has the ability to get you a bucket down low with the post moves and with his massive size. He also has the ability to step out and hit some threes right in your face. Against Miami alone this season, he shot 11 three-point attempts. He's made 6 of them. He doesn't shoot the 3 ball a ton every single game, but he does pick and choose his spot, shooting 3 times per game this season. He's a 43.6% three-point shooter as a 7-foot center. The stats he's been putting up against Miami have been very good this season, so I'm going to back him in this game to go over his total points and continue to dominate against this Miami team. Quinten Post over his points as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went with Georgia Tech here plus 1.5 against Notre Dame. They're the better team. They're going to push the pace. I just don't think that the Fighting Irish are going to have much fight in this game. I'm also going with Javon Small under 15.5 points versus UCF. UCF has one of the best defenses in the country. And Small, he's going to put up a small number, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cincinnati here. Double-digit win against West Virginia. If you watch the last game, I mean, it's hard to take West Virginia with the points on this one. So I'm going to take Cincinnati. And then Quinten Post over his total points, probably coming out 16.5 against Miami. He scored 19-plus points in both of the games so far against Miami this season. So I love his over there. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Tuesday, March 12th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,